What's up, guys? It's me, King Malik. Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be reviewing this book for you guys, Surrounded by Idiots by Thomas Erikson. This book is a guide on the 4 types of human behavior and how to effectively communicate with each in business and in life. I really enjoyed this book. Before we get started, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow me on all my social media. Also, if you support what I do and want to help me spread positivity in the streets, please click the link in the description and get yourself a Do What Is Good t-shirt. When you wear this shirt, you're going to be reminding people to do what is good and helping me in my fight to show people that it's coolest to be smart and do the right thing. Lastly, don't forget to stream Hood Genius 2. When it drops, it's going to be dropping on all streaming platforms, so go check it out. Go stream Hood Genius 2. With that being said, let's just jump into the video. So the title of this book is called Surrounded by Idiots by Thomas Erikson. I really enjoyed this book. According to this book, we've been classifying human behavior since the beginning of recorded history. It all started in ancient Egypt with Pythagoras, when he came up with the theory of the 4 humors. The 4 humors are as follows: caloric, sanguine, phlegmatic, and melancholic, which correspond to red, yellow, green, and blue, respectively. In the Aztec civilization, they used the 4 elements to describe different frames of mind: fire being red, air being yellow, earth being green, and water being blue. And it's also interesting to note that they had the most, they cared the most about water. Like, they knew water, they appreciated water the most, because it crashes, it could be very destructive, and you can also bottle it up, you know what I'm saying? So they really appreciated water. But in the 1950s, Walter Clark developed the DISC method of classifying people: dominance being red, influence being yellow, stability being green, and compliance being blue. The DISC, each one of those corresponds to one of those, behavior types that I just mentioned. It's interesting to note that, if you look at how they've been classifying behavior, it's always 4 distinct classes. In this study, Erikson simply aligns each character trait with a color, but the qualities behind each trait are the same as they've always been. And I personally feel like aligning them with the color simplifies it. And I think he said that as well, like colors facilitate learning or something like that. According to this book, 5% of people have one color in them, meaning basically 5% of people are one way all the time. 80% of people are 2 colors, and 15% of 3. And 0% are all 4. Nobody is all 4 colors. This is interesting because according to this book, behavior is the product of your core values, attitude, and environment, which are always constantly changing. One minute your environment could be stable, the next minute it could be unstable, or it could be stable for one person and unstable for another. Or your attitude, which is you might feel happy, you might be upset about some other thing. You never know. It's just so many different influences to behavior. It's just so many different influences to behavior, and that's the reason why. And the way you react is dependent on all those factors. That's why most people got 2 or 3 colors in them, because you're going to respond differently depending on what state that you're in. Chapter 1 is titled Communication Happens on the Listener's Terms. And the idea behind this chapter is that in order to be an effective communicator, you have to be a good listener. You can't communicate with somebody who doesn't listen. So if you want people to listen to you and be open to your communication, you should start by listening to them and hearing what they have to say. Because in order to be a good communicator, you have to be a good listener. Start there. The first behavioral pattern that we're introduced to is red behavior. They are extroverts, strong-willed, independent, and ambitious. This is the leader archetype. These people love to be in charge and don't mind stepping on a few toes to get what they want. They tend to be CEOs of companies. Their drawbacks are they are pushy, tough, dominant, and hard. I know 2 very distinct reds in my life. One is my father. At times he could be stern. At other times with his friends and stuff like that, or if it's a party, he can be funny, or to some people they depend on his intellect. So it just depends. But with me, he's stern. He's my father. You know what I'm saying? That's just the nature of our relationship. The opposite of red behavior is green behavior. The next behavioral pattern is yellow behavior. Yellows are extroverts. They are also inspiring, spontaneous, and easygoing. These people love to talk, especially about how amazing their lives are, and they tend to have a lot of friends. They radiate positivity. Their drawbacks are they can be hot-tempered, undisciplined, egotistic, and sometimes they talk too much. My brother is a yellow. I will say that he do got a lot of friends, and whenever we do speak, he radiates positivity. He do have a lot to say, you know what I'm saying? So that is part of his like yellow personality, I guess. The opposite of yellow behavior is blue behavior. The next behavioral pattern is green behavior. Greens are introverts. They value stability. They are good listeners, calm and friendly. They like to take things easy and detest hard work. At the same time, they are often expected to do all the work, and that frustrates them. Their drawbacks are they can be dependent, compliant, uncertain, and stubborn. Out of all the behavior types, I personally feel like I align with green the most. I don't mind taking things slowly to do them the right way, and I feel like the right way is easiest after all. The opposite of green behavior is red behavior. The final behavior type is blue behavior. Blues are introverts as well. They are analytical, perfectionist, demanding, and serious. They are hard to read because they don't outwardly show their emotions, but they experience them just like everyone else. They are very private people and really like to focus on the task at hand. With the blue, it's best to keep the focus on whatever work or project brought you together. Their drawbacks are they can take a long time to make up their minds because they will take as much time as they need to come up with the best idea. They can also be critical of others, distant, and overly logical, and sometimes narrow-minded as well. My other brother, I feel like, is a blue. He's very smart, maybe even a genius. I trust his judgment immensely. He can be hard to read sometimes, and it's just interesting seeing now that that's just a part of who he is. And in time, I'm sure he'll, probably open up to me more, or he opens up to whoever he feels comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? That's how a blue is. He basically says, let the blue come to you. This book also covers how to effectively communicate with each character type, what archetypes get along, what frustrates each archetype, what shapes our behavior, body language to identify each archetype, and more. Something that's cool about this book is that as you read, different people in your life that you know are going to come to mind. They're going to remind you of each one of the color descriptions. And basically that's your segue into being able to read new people that you meet, because these are the four types of human behavior. You know what I'm saying? It was basically 4 types of people out there, really, for the most part. I mean, we are unique, but if you really look at it, your behavior is structured around maybe 1, 2, or 3 of these character profiles right here. So yeah, I mean, if you guys want to read with me, click the link in the description, get your copy of the book, click the link in the description, sign up for my upcoming book club meeting. Click the link in the description, get yourself a t-shirt if you want to help me spread positivity in the streets and support what I do. Don't forget to also stream Hood Genius 2 when it drops. And I hope to see you guys next time. Until next time, take care.